What's up, guys? Today on the bench, or rather the kitchen table, we have the Element Ecto with some upgrades. So here we have Artful Dodgers with the axle on servo mount, aluminum. If you'll remember in the last video, I was talking about how I don't like how much flex is in there, but I absolutely love the servo on axle mount. Comes with all the hardware, even comes with some new pieces for the knuckles there, because you'll see that little bit right there. That is not fun. I think it's really ugly, it's useless, and I don't want to just stick a bolt in it. We also, on the bench today, are going to do some shocks. These are those shocks with the springs that only go halfway down, like I was saying before. And hopefully they interfere less with the shocks right there. You can kind of see where it gets really close to that shock tower. So let's get to it. So before we get started, I had the thought that I should show you guys why I want to replace that servo on axle mount. It is because of the flex you're about to see right now. I don't know if you guys can see that servo move. That servo is moving independently of the tires and the axle. So this servo on axle mount that I have, that's aluminum from Artful Dodgers, will not only take up that deflection in the servo mount that's there now, but it'll also help stiffen up the truss that's on the axle, making the axle even stronger. Alright guys, I got this servo mount off. I wanted to show you the difference in construction. Here you can see it's a one-piece servo mount, and it gets mounted directly behind the truss that's right here on the axle. Alright, this one is a two-piece. This gets mounted directly behind the truss, just like this, on my mistake, in front of the truss. This goes behind it and squishes it, giving the front axle a lot more strength and giving the servo a lot more stability. Guys, we got that on there nicely. It didn't take long at all. And I wanted to show you how much that servo moves now and how that stiff looks. So now we're going to move on to the hubs with those pieces right there. Guys, this is the main reason I ordered these parts for the hub. I still can't remember what they're called, but you see how this one doesn't have this hole that sticks out the front of the truck? I thought that was really ugly and I didn't have any use for it, so I wanted these ones from Artful Dodgers. Alright guys, now it's time to go on to these bad boys. I just wanted to point out, look at that. It's so smooth. I like it. Okay, so I just wanted to show the difference between these two shocks real quick. See how the one on the right is a little bit thinner The spring on this one is definitely wider. The one on the right is also just a tad bit longer, maybe 10 millimeters, so it will allow more droop and more up travel as well. It also has a thicker weight shock oil. Watch the rebound. Yep, very good. All right, so look at the chassis here. You can see that shock is hitting that shock mount every time it flexes. You can see over here, it doesn't touch at all. Alright guys, so I noticed on this spring, it doesn't seem to have any oil in it. So I'm going to open it up. I don't know if you can see in there, but it has no oil. Focus. It's pretty much dry. Like no joke, it has no oil. So I'm going to fill that up with oil real quick and we'll see what happens. Alright, that's all I got for the Ecto today, so let's go hit some rocks.